No sia boade mama me mamu nyina ache me mo akwa Badwam TV no sia kase so ene bena no pen samasie na brason sa woti bie sa Adom kase ensam ne de todwa wo mu bi a wo betini Ghana TVET service se de omo call rebranding ya de mu nsam no ebebro edobia se hire so ede atodwa wode asase yantam 40 acres atoho momra meje na technical and vocational training institute mo fa bi mra new edobia se eno ni nsem bi na no pay me de bro Adom TV Badwam kase bra Facebook/Adom TV kase no ho anopa mi amesom mo medin afia amankwa tamaklo afia ni die kwan so yentie se de nsam ni kiremu ankasa etie TVET service esan na wotwe etwa mu epanifo hyeda paw ho entoma ne hyehye foforo a wode ba hunti no womo eba besesa womo eniema mu kakra se rebranding ye niema foforo bia beba no ayakono ayefe na obabunu bia so do hu wuramu a onim sa de pa na ado hu awuramu Adom TV kase ko dwumede na se etwa so
se oman we beye yie na national development beba dia TVET adeba kwa odi na kuma betum na ansa na ebeye yie pa no eji se yedi agencies na beye baako na se na be social mochro nyina be baako caricon die obi besua wo bumpurugu yoyo se oba Accra is the same thing na de ni nua wa Accra asua unlike first na bibia ye bibia ye basa se de ni nyina bae na parliament G2 mu preno Ghana TVET service to say na Ghana education service no na Ghana education service almost secondary school ni basic grammar but TVET de insane adwuma the uniform so ba besisa wa ni nyina ka brand no ho TVET ni o school a bia wa hye coat ni tie ni trousers a ni bag o kita ya brand ni TVET school na yen we call workshop so a yen overall very nice one branded with our PPEs yen protective personal protective equipment all those things no o man penny ba be hwe say bibia because it will give a new face say na be as time goes on crofo bebrebe choose say omoma ni words be call TVET school chain grammar school no me can say grammar school ni nyo ye but on say no e dey na market ne pe crofo a no immediately now why engaging no who kosua history uba nipa ne be
bayenso akase no so edubia se hene okuya hia oduro pani benkran eso ode asase yantam 40 acres atoho asantemantam mo soafo wona mampani mo meje na niwa dubia se mo mesi TVET ni bi wo ho na wo mabu no so mfe no so enya adwumanye Adom kase eto so
ye hwe ne amboa amadubia se mabunu o manya adwuma ade yensa ye abie o mo ankasa adwuma afa nipa esin se o mo beko akokochi akopa adwuma eniti me ne mpanyifo yetra se afi etwa mu no yegusu yenyae ese otumfo obo baabi na onyae na ho hia no enu sunti mayi asase kakraka 40 acres se regional minister Fatu omampanyi anim se edubiase yehia technical vocational training institute sadia yesre yemfa ma meyade a edubiase yade esa bebusi yebuse yenya technical vocational training institute nemom regional minister ani omampanyi mu yesade na ma edubiase no na omampanyi so nikomu djuno kopem se akola no ko no konyansa no djuma no osua wie a oba bedan aban se opa adwuma onu akobie na adwuma
University of Ghana branch University Teachers Association NNA adwempo National Executive Council no ema UTAG womo adwene yese aban no enhihye bi womo sika bi nom ni ade womo ebedi atomo no womo sa adane womo adwene se won ane kai wono mo boafi se kwan ya mpanifo council no efa so agitum enye saa na omu nyina adwene ho ti no won mo nsusu ye utag cancel no won mo adwene enye no na mpanifo gina so edigitum ti won de nyame ya adom pa na afi ebesimu no se nyina ye hyemu na utag ti ase de a ene won be ye kire won be gya adwuma no ade ato ho adom kase eto so.
Last week Friday you share your members no mo see there be on into musa na we share universities are nson na atro eso ma reject MOA no emu miensa mpo ye de omubomu a omododo edo so sen enkai na aka ne nyina enti no entumi mba se University of Ghana ha ye lectures wa ya akobro 2000 students wa ha ya akobro 70,000 na ye ntumi mfa ye ho compare another university ono wo come school for any lecturers nyina bomu a bi kro mo nkodi 200 po wo ho enti na omo pa che se nipa na ewo ha no and other universities na e get na do so sen nipa ewo omo ka say the status quo must be maintained enti no empenim for you share more ne we are doing behind the scenes but I say they don't want to commit enti no the point is this is what our members are saying. Ordinary university teachers no more ha no sa no more ka mo say o ma sit na mu nye conditions of service here poor and you know me chidi say abai nim nia obetumi aye.
Chief Justice His Lordship Justice Enin Yeboa ene wakwa gender based violence court ehun toma wo go so ne bebia ni wo Western North mantam no emu sabe ya nkura ye toto won mo na ne ye wo ma yakayaka de no ye de beko saa court ho ne ye de ne ntem o hariso e de ama.
The rights of children are sacred and any violations constitute a breach of their fundamental human rights. Man or woman, child or adult, no person should have any of his rights impinged by another either covertly or overtly. Article 4 of the African Charter on the Rights and Welfare of the Child provides that the best interest of the child should be the primary consideration in any decision making. It further provides that a child who is capable of communicating his or her views in all judicial or administrative proceedings must be given the opportunity to do so. The child shall be heard either directly or through an impartial representative as a party to the proceedings, and those views shall be taken into consideration by the relevant authority in accordance with the provisions of appropriate law. The judiciary is undoubtedly imposed with such a responsibility by the 1992 Constitution and the Charter. In entirety, gender-based violence is an age-old phenomenon, and an untold number of cases reported worldwide on abuse against women and children specifically. However, over the last decade, these cases have significantly increased, with more cases of sexual abuse and gender-based violence. Research highlights that in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic, physical and emotional violence against children has peaked, as well as the risk of forced childhood marriage.
Men komra shebe film na kokuma womra shebe film se nei LEVY no wonyi ntumu na nyi ntumu china committee ya womo ehwe finance so ho no mkoko pieye ene de ombeka no woma kan womu jiro na so e wo sesa LEVY no enya de so wo gi atomo emu ntwemu Adom TV kase eto so.
The chairman decided to exercise his right under the casting vote and voted in favor for us to consider the LEVY and the certificate of urgency. We do not believe that we should boycott it, and we should sit in and where possible, as much as we can, we get the bill improved or deleted completely. To start with, we propose that we delete the clause 1 of the bill that imposed the tax at 1.75%. We have said that we do not believe that mobile money transactions should be taxed. Our posture is that don't tax Momo. Don't tax Momo.
Final decision on that, because that is the bone of contention now. And that is specific to say that all individuals, your money in your bank accounts, when you transfer it through any other individual or transfer it to any other person, they want to tax 1.75. But even more importantly, The minister did indicate to all of you that he was going to engage us further. He told you when he held a press conference. At the meeting, we asked the minister whether he was ready to reduce this obnoxious tax, at least to even cushion Ghanaians. That is to say, even if you won't listen to the NDC, at least would you listen to the people of Ghana, the mobile operators, mobile money operators, and all those in the industry and reduce it? The minister said that he wanted a certain revenue, and so he would not reduce it. But let me assure the people of Ghana, like the ranking said, the NDC remains resilient, committed, and determined to fight for the ordinary Ghanaian. This is just the beginning. We are poised for the floor and would encourage you to follow what happens at plenary and on the floor. We'll continue to do that. Thank you very much.
That's why you want to share with na minority leader so and I was say what you know want to see the entire Kufuor memwe Bosia Bongoa Debia or Bobosia o montina ho e mo Bobosia bia biom ti de wasade aba so o munyin to mo no o munyin to mun ni to muchina Adom TV kase etoso.
My earlier submission, I was relying on Article 1813 and 4 of the 1992 Constitution. So table to take note when I referred to the table on page 6. And I still think that we should distinguish between the loan and the grant so that we know what Parliament is doing. But Mr. Speaker, may I refer you to page 8 of the committee's report. Contingent emergency response component. But Mr. Speaker, how much is the contingent emergency response component? We need to know. I've seen some figure there, but you are referring to the project is expected to end 30th September 2027. We need to know the proper amount designated for that purpose. Then, Mr. Speaker, when you come to component 2, enhance governance in support of sustainable artisanal mining. Do we really need money for enhanced governance? We have all the laws in Ghana, we have all the institutions, we have all the structure. So probably next time, the Ministry of Lands and the Ministry of Finance must negotiate better where to direct these funds.
Mr. Speaker, it is important for us to know that the committee's work is to look at the terms and conditions of this loan. In fact, the loan is a World Bank loan. It's a standard IDA loan, where we have a 30-year term made up of 5 years grace period and 25 years repayment. There's a service charge of 1.5%, an interest payment of 1.37%. Mr. Speaker, the grant element is 18.85%, which falls short of a minimum concessional loan. Mr. Speaker, for the records, even though it is a World Bank standard loan for middle-income countries, it is important for us to know that it is not a concessional loan, but indeed it is one of the cheapest loans that we have contracted this year.
Opposition parties ahudo bi so NSNPP amadokuo no sana anu adai na wotwetwe mu iko kumase se wokoye nsakraye ewo wom constitution mu na wi akire no show no de eda di pefe so man sika no wom se wom aboye nkasuso Adom kase ni bi edi nkomo yi
adia mu bebo dwa dia tudwa ama obi wo enfuaso anase adwomfoforo bi a watimi di aba no mo mani pa we nyina be bodompem amomu nyina asa akọ afede mu naro no akoma nipa kakra bi no madi sade ama the whole party except the Kufuor ni leadership no nko yi except on the leadership ase except MPP structures on fanya aduma
dia ya TV animu ayehwe no na ye twani ase nsakraya a omo so omo be ye no omo constitution mu na be de ye be ba so omo so a cars mako Beye 300 B8 akese eba krom ha be sei omai sika de to petrol no emfa so bi amaso MPP no ankata no omosi sei ye kwan so na wo ye party na wo be ko opposition na bonsama fra wani no asasi waso
revenue mobilization we must expect 100.5 billion and say ye tua momunu kwa se bibia na nche ya mana na ado 38 billion for service your debt. 35 billion a wage bill. 16 billion was here infrastructure. A whole contractors called over 20 billion. And this kind of selling sacrifice. It's gonna be before for BNY, remember.
Ghana mampeni adodanko akufuado den sambia to dwasa Ghana yani so ade hunu ne mbota yesa by 2030 de na ya nyakra renewable energy be 30% de no ne de aye adwuma owogidi arehwemu sesokoba ne saade ebeboa ye ohawa yenya free nsase mu ohawo ane abanidie no ebebrase fei fango bo ho nsam so eyade no so ebeba fomo Adom TV kase etwaso.
The government has committed itself to a 10% target by when? 2030? Am I right? Yes, by 2030, and a bigger figure by 2050. What figure is that? 50%. And 50% by 2050. These are major objectives, goals of the nation. And it is for obvious reasons. All of us have understood about the damage to the environment and to nature that the traditional forms of power generation have generated across the world. It's true that in our part of the world, the damage has been relatively little, but nevertheless, we have to be in the forefront of the science. So to have a challenge that focuses on innovation in this area, I think that the Energy Commission ought to be congratulated for devising such a challenge and such a test. It means that we are being proactive and trying to stay ahead of the curve in finding solutions to now very important national goals and objectives.
Mienya no so na Adom TV Badwam kase na ha na brema kwan na ye de asie medi afia amankwa tamakla gudie mu nsam Professor UK Wallace ede twaso ye wi afisem wo ho pensem wo ho promoto a nsam foforo bebo kwan sa Adom kase ye dase.